Welcome back to week number 5 of the Steelers franchise rebuild. Now, if you're saying, well, I feel like I missed a couple of weeks. Well, you did, but you didn't. You can watch these all live on twitch.tv/goodgamebro. We simmed the 3 weeks in between our week 1 and our week 5 game because we ultimately want to make sure this is a challenge. And we ended up beating the Texans. We lost to the other two teams, and it is what it is. But this week is a tough game as we play the Baltimore Ravens and that man, Lamar Jackson. Now, our defense has honestly been pretty abysmal, and the reporter says Coach Lamar is an incredible quarterback who's shown the ability to be dangerous as not only his legs, but his arm as well. Where does slowing him down begin? I'm going to say we contain his scrambling. We contain his scrambling. We at least make him a normal quarterback that we have to sort of face. But if you can't contain his scrambling, then Godspeed. So our challenge here is to beat the Ravens and hold Lamar to under 75 yards rushing. That sounds easy, but it's not. Your entire defense will have +5 play rate this week. That's great because we're the number 30 defense in the league. Now, we do have 20 staff points. I'm going to go ahead and use that on this lockdown machine. We're going to increase the XP gains for cornerbacks in training by 5%. Any little bit we can get to help our corners will be much needed. We don't really have a defensive front, so we need them to be up on their game. All right, so our game plan for this week is pretty simple. Contain the QB scramble. We got to keep Lamar under 75 rush yards. We're going to do that on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, I want to try to get to the outside again. I know Roquan's there. He's an absolute stud, but the way we saw A-Chain run last week, I feel pretty good about that. Good news, we also have an upgrade here for Joey Porter Jr. thanks to our training. So we're going to go ahead and increase his zone. His zone coverage isn't super great right now. I want it to be a little bit better. And we ultimately get +2 awareness, +1 speed, and zone coverage is big. He's now got 91 speed. Man coverage, not great. Zone coverage, definitely not great. He's a work in progress, but we're going to make sure that he's our #1 corner at some point soon. All right, it's no secret that our run defense is absolutely terrible, and our defense in general has just been not great. We're getting good pressure off the edge. Our linebackers, our corners are pretty solid. Our safeties are fantastic, but we need some help in the middle. And we found Milton Williams, and let me show you why we're about to trade for this man. So you look at Milton, 6'3", 290. Seems like the size that you'd want for defensive tackle. 24 years of age, which is great. We like young players on our team. 83 strength, great. This man has 83 speed, 86 acceleration, has a swim move, a bull rush, and high motor. And he's 24 years of age. Yeah, you're a Steeler, buddy. And if you wonder why he happens to be in the trade block, well, the Eagles have Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter all ahead of him. So this dude is talented. He's just not going to get any chance to really play. So why don't you come play in Pittsburgh? And when I asked the Eagles what they ultimately want, Levi Wallace, who we're not going to be trading at this point, despite what people might feel about him in real life, but they're saying a 4th and a 6th rounder, or a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. Now, what's important about this is a 5th and a 6th from this year's draft, and it's a 7th rounder from next year's draft. I'm looking at this. Do we give up a 6th rounder this year and a 4th rounder in 2026? I kind of think I go this route. It's less draft picks. It's less going to be impacting us from this current year. We need all the depth we can possibly get. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 4th in 2026, a 6th rounder in 2024, and we got Milton Williams on our defensive line. Now, because we ultimately went and traded for Milton Williams, we have to go ahead and release somebody from our team. A lot of different options we can basically have here, but Christian Kuntz would not be playing on our team in any way, shape, or form. He's 56 overall, slightly higher than I would be IRL. His time is done. I'm sorry, but you got to go elsewhere. Now, with our team being 2-2 right now, we have a couple of decisions to make. Desmond King seems like he doesn't want to come back to Pittsburgh, and we got to figure out a way to get him back. I would like a 2-year deal for him, and then we can just let him go at that point. So we do have a good bit of cap space. We have like 40 mil in cap penalties because we traded, obviously, Cam Hayward and TJ Watt and a couple other guys. We're going to bump up his salary a little bit and hope that, you know, giving him a nice little bonus will make him want to come back. But yeah, maybe he's not coming. Levi Wallace is another guy I would like to bring back on a 2-year deal. I'm going to bump up his money a little bit more. I'm not super happy about having to pay him potentially more. Okay, we're getting close with him. Keanu Neal is a guy that's good, but I'm not going to bring him back. We could probably get him back in free agency for an even cheaper deal, so we're going to withdraw our offer on him. Shannon Sullivan is actually not bad. He's got pretty solid ratings. I think he's an okay guy if you're number 4 or 5 corner. A 2-year deal for him, I think, would be fine, but he's another guy that is like not super happy about coming back here because we're kind of middle of the road, but he's going to come back. Money talks. Miles Boykin, we're not interested in. He just doesn't really fit what we're trying to do, and we're really stacked at receiver right now, so we can get some young guys and develop them. James Pierre's definitely a guy that I want to try to bring back. He's young. We're going to try to get him on a 3-year deal, bump up his money a little bit, and say, does money talk? It does. Darrington Evans is a stud. He's our number 3 running back right now. I want to get him on a 3-year deal. Pretty low money overall, but I think we can keep him. He's a great returner. He's a great change of pace running back in case one of our guys gets injured. Gunner, I'm not really interested in bringing him back. Again, we're going to be bringing a couple of young wide receivers in from the draft. Quan Alexander is getting up there. He's great, but if we bring him back, it can be for cheaper money. Armand Watts, same thing. A lot of these guys are sort of They're okay, but they're really depth guys. My Travis Adams, though, we're going to bring back. It's a pretty cheap deal for him, and we need a defensive tackle. Elijah Riley is going to be a no. There's going to be a little bit of a regime change with some of these players are bringing in. Same thing goes for Dylan Cook. We're not going to let him cook here. Rennell Wren, he's interested, but unfortunately, we're not. Miles Kilbrew, your days are done here. Marcus Golden, you're great, but you're 32. It's tough saying that because I'm 35. Jalen Waddle, yeah, we're going to be accepting that option. We don't have the opportunity to do that just yet. It's going to be later in the season, potentially the offseason, but his 5th-year option we're going to pick up. Darrisaw, we're going to pick up his 5th-year option. Trey Lance will pick up his 5th-year option because even if he's not the quarterback of the future, he's a guy that we can use as trade bait and try to get more capital for him. So I like how we're going to be with all 3 of those guys. I'll give you a little heads up. Here's some of your players of the week from week 1. You're seeing Geno, Lamar, Robert Spillane, Vita Vea. You're seeing Dak Prescott, Mahomes, Parsons, TJ Watt, who we traded to Miami, had a fantastic game of 3 sacks. So he's flourishing over there while Jalen Waddle's flourishing over here. In week 3, Cooper Kupp, Josh Jacobs, Jeremy Chin, and Mike Hilton all ball out. 2 interceptions for Mike Hilton is great, and Jeremy Chin does the same. But Cooper Kupp, 168 receiving yards and 2 tutties. It's pretty wild. Then we go to week 4. Kirk Cousins, Mahomes gets another one. Mario Davis and Shaquille Leonard. Leonard went crazy. 13 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. That's just different. Let's jump into the game. A Ravens game with it raining. No one's surprised. The Ravens made this happen. Okay, I know they can control the weather. We'll take 2 yards. Big 2nd and 8 here. Pickett hits him with a play action. Got a guy screaming across. It's Rondale Moore with a big gain of 25. Back out here, going to the run game. A-Chain, solid run. That's what I want to see. 5, 4, 6 yards every time. I'm here for it. Calling halfback screens in a smart way. Definitely what this team needs to be doing. If a quarterback doesn't have a crazy arm and a running back that can get busy in the open field, I love to see it. First down again. Freiermuth, not necessarily cooking on that route, but we're going to take it. Look, he got the first down. The opportunity, Jalen Warren in a running back right now. Wide open, Rondale Moore. In the slot, he is killing it on this drive. Let's go. Baltimore's going to line up for a kick. We don't fully believe it. I mean, they have the greatest kicker of all time in Justin Tucker, but this is a 58-yarder in the rain. This one is up. It's hooking left. That one is not going to be good, and we're going to be all right. One of those plays where you try to pump fake. Unfortunately, the ball goes out, and it's just a lame duck that goes around Rondale Moore, and he goes nowhere. Holcomb trying to get there. Mark Andrews don't care. What a catch. Lamar, little RPO, little bubble route here. That's going to be a quick pass. Lamar again making adjustments a lot. Highsmith trying to shoot through, and Mark Andrews wide open there. We know this dude is dangerous, but we cannot find a way to cover. We're doing our best to keep Lamar from scrambling, and so far, we've done a good job of it, but what a dot to Odell. Minka gets the cleanup tackle. Justin Pugh goes down for Baltimore, which is not a good sign for them. But they've got 1st and goal. Oh, he's going to the locker room. That's not good for them. Biggest thing we're seeing here is Baltimore's having injuries just like in real life. Lamar is going nowhere, though. Milton Williams being a huge presence in his 1st game for Pittsburgh. The big loss there for Baltimore. Back to the run. Lamar pitches it outside. We're trying to stop him. Neal's going to be there, and we see Roberts clean it up. It's only a 2-yard gain. Lamar only has J.K. Dobbins in the backfield with him from the 4-yard line. They throw an underneath route, and it's going to be completely open. We didn't expect it, and Devin Duvernay is going to get Baltimore on the scoreboard. This game definitely feels like a Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. There's a whole lot of fighting in the trenches, some big plays here and there, but it's just been slow, grind-away football. Pickett looking to make a play. Pickett had a guy one-on-one deep in Pickens, but he just couldn't get the ball out in time. Safety's kind of creeping up a little bit. Pickett takes that snap. He's got his running back in Jalen Warren down the field. Jalen Warren over the top. They didn't see it coming, and the running back, who is no longer the starter, even though Najee's out, says, I got a big play in me. Big 2nd down. QB containing on Lamar, because again, we're trying to make sure that he does not run around, because he's been doing that all game. And speaking of running around, Mark Andrews can't be stopped. And Mark Andrews goes down now for Baltimore. What is Baltimore going to do without one of his best weapons? Their running backs are healthy for once, but everybody else is not. And Milton Williams hits Lamar with one of the craziest hits we've seen in a long time. Baltimore is struggling. Multiple offensive linemen have been hurt. Their top pass catcher is hurt. And J.K. Dobbins is just trying to fight to get his team in scoring position. All right, here at 3rd and 11, needs something. Throws a route to the outside. We didn't see it. It's Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers fighting for his bread, and he stays alive to get even more yards. Play action fake. Lamar over the middle. It may not be Mark Andrews, but Charlie Kolar is ready. This has been one of those games. We have a play. They have a play. They are finding ways to get back at us no matter what. And we're looking to get a big play here. A-Chain in the open field. A-Chain, nice move. He's going to pick up 20+ yards on that run. We've got to make sure that Baltimore respects the run, because if they, respect the run, then Kenny Pickett has a chance to throw it a little bit. A lot of our offense is a good amount of play action. And again, you need that run to be successful if you're going to be able to hook that. Across the middle, we got George Pickens. Pickens hauls that one in. He's brought down by Marlon Humphrey. This has been the best game of Kenny Pickett's career by far. 7 for 10, 177+ yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, this is an efficient first half. 2nd and 7, Pickett from under center. Sees his guy, Pat. Pat looking to fight his way down to nearly the 5-yard line. Jalen Warren steps in the game. Again, Darnell Washington, our 6'7" blocking fullback, and Jalen Warren is going to celebrate. He gets hit hard, maybe a little bit late, but it's Baltimore and Pittsburgh. What do you expect? While thinking about this rivalry is that usually there's just way more running, way more defense, and we just haven't really seen the defense per se, because there's a lot of points given up in the first half. Both teams have had a couple of moments here and there, but it's just not the traditional defensive effort we would typically see. And J.K. Dobbins is running down the right side, and that's a massive gain for Baltimore. Lamar's been sitting in the pocket all day, just picking apart this defense. Looks like Mark Andrews is back in the game and healthy right now. Marvise loans him in the backfield. Another beautiful play. Duvernay's cooking. Lamar currently only has 2 incompletions on the afternoon. This has been just an efficient ball game by both him and Kenny Pickett today. Clock is winding down though. Can Lamar get this game where it needs to be? It's like a halfback screen is dialed up. Herbig goes a little bit too far, but Mink is there to wrap him up. First time out for Baltimore. 40 seconds left in the first half. Baltimore down 7. An absolute dot. Devin Duvernay with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the first half. So Baltimore was driving. We get an interception with Quan Alexander. We've got the rock right where we needed to be. Already pretty much a field goal range, minus the rain. A-Chain. He said, hold on, buddy. I got some yards to pick up. A-Chain has just been a godsend for this team, finding ways to get the yards we need him to ultimately get. Not really doing the east and west running we've been used to seeing with Najee in previous years. Pick it under center. Hits him with the play action. Sees the big tight end, Darnell Washington. And Darnell Washington, they rob him of his first career touchdown. And when you see a big fella get that close to the end zone, you got to try to give him an opportunity here. He's 6'7", and he's going to fight his way into the end zone. Darnell Washington. Enjoy it. Baltimore's driving right now. Down 7. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. They're giving the ball to J.K. Dobbins, who's finding plenty of running room here until he runs into a trio of Steelers. 2nd and short. Herbig had his 2nd tackle of the game on the last play. Nice play action fake. Underneath routes. They've been legendary today for Baltimore. And one of the toughest things about Baltimore today is they've been killing us on the short routes, and then they come back and hit us on something crazy across the middle, and Zay Flowers now in the end zone. There's not a lot of defense in this game. Tie ball game, 3.5 minutes left. This is what you expect from Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Just a knock 'em, drag 'em out game. And there's been some explosive offense too. One thing we haven't done a good job though is get the ball to Jalen Waddle. And we've got to try to mix that up right now, because Jalen Waddle is too good to not be touching the rock. The fact that it took until this moment right here to get him his first reception of the game is just inexcusable. Pickett rolling. Got to throw one away, though. 2nd down and 10. Beautiful play. Rondale Moore looking great getting down on the left-hand side. Play clock's winding down here in the third. About a minute left in the third. Jalen Waddle, he's got an opportunity here. He's got it, and he stays in the end zone. He didn't get anything until this drive, and he gets 2 plus a touchdown. Lamar doesn't like something, makes an adjustment. He's running. He throws across his body, and it's a bad move as DeMonte's going to pick this one off, and we have the ball inside the 45 now. Huge mistake by Lamar. Baltimore sitting here with 2 turnovers today. Pittsburgh yet to have one. Not looking good, though, as Pickett's got to get rid of one. No one's open, and Darrisaw goes down. That's going to change a lot of things for this team. Going back to the run game. A-Chain, solid run. 3 yards. We got a tough 3rd down here. 3rd and 7. Hit it with the play action. Jalen Waddle coming back across the middle. Waddle's in the open field. He's going to try to get around. He's down to the 15. Jalen Waddle's been huge in these last 10 to 12 minutes in this game. We get the official word. It's a shoulder strain for Darrisaw. We're going to go ahead and say put DJ Moore in. We need Darrisaw long term, and we are cruising at the moment. 7-point lead. Trying to make sure we double that here. Jalen Warren, good run. 2nd and 8 going right back to Warren. Massive gap open up for him. He's going to try to fight for his bread, and he's down to the 1. Warren did a lot of the work. We're going to let a touchdown vulture come in. A-Chain, need those upgrade points. He's in there. He's going to get the 2-touchdown lead now for Pittsburgh, and things are looking great. This game has been a wild one. Our defense definitely has been stinking it up, but our offense has been so good. 42 points by the offense, something that we didn't probably imagine here. But our run defense is just not great. J.K. Dobbins is picking us apart. We're lucky Lamar hasn't ran. We've been trying our best, though, to bring our guys up to the line of scrimmage and make sure that Lamar feels intimidated when he's thinking about running. But he's doing things like this. Oh my God. Mark Andrews is still killing it. 2-minute warnings approaching. Hit him with the run here. Achan is not going to get where we need him to when the 2-minute warning comes up. We're going to kick the field goal and just pray our defense locks up. There was a thought to maybe go for it, but at the end of the day, you get a 10-point lead. They have to score now once but twice. Pray this field goal is good. Boswell's going to put it through the uprights, and we got a 10-point lead. What a wild game. It's a divisional game. We absolutely need and have to win this one, and Harbaugh's going to go home unhappy. Lamar balled out, 400-plus yards passing, 5 passing touchdowns, but his defense let him down. You give up 45 points, you're probably going to catch a no. Recapping the stats again, Lamar was elite. 31 for 39, 439 yards passing, 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Definitely hurt, but they were a little bit earlier in the game. Kenny Pickett, efficient. 14 of 19, 322 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions is what you want to see. On the rushing side, Achan goes for 133 yards and 1 tutty. He was brilliant this afternoon. We held Dobbins to 81, and Lamar goes for negative 11 yards. He tried to run a couple times early, but we let him know early. We're not letting that happen, buddy. Nobody can stop Mark Andrews. 14 for 173 and 1 touchdown is insane. Odell had 95 yards. Duvernay had 49 and 2 touchdowns. We see Zay Flowers get a touchdown as well. Freiermuth at 39. Rondell Moore had a touchdown on 54 yards. Jalen Waddle came alive in the second half and gets a touchdown off 78 yards. And George Pickens only had 1 catch. That was for 24 yards. We'd love to see him get a little bit more involved. But again, Jalen Warren, that 75-yard bomb really opened things up, and our defense did the rest. Cole Holcomb has 10 big tackles today. Love how he's out there commanding the defense. Minka Fitzpatrick was huge today, forcing a fumble as well. From a sack perspective, we see 1 from Armon Watts. We see 1 from Milton Williams in his debut as a Pittsburgh Steeler. And then interceptions, 1 by Quan Alexander, 1 by DeMonte Casey. I love how this defense played today. Yes, we gave up 35 points, but we were in a bend, don't break situation. Lamar Jackson is one of the most difficult quarterbacks to stop. And yes, he torched us in the passing game. But like we said in the press conference, we're going to stop the scrambling and let him pass. He killed us passing, but it wasn't enough to win when our team scores 45. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.